Wait lang, parang nawala. Na-mute ba ako? Okay, so basically, we're going to use analogy. We're going to create our own analogy based on our understanding. So now, let's proceed with the meaning of analogy. So we are going to identify what is analogy. Can you please read the meaning of analogy, Rain? Rain Cruz? Can you please read? What is analogy, anak? An analogy, Rain. Rain, can you please read?
Apa, an
Okay.
analogy compares two things that are mostly different from each other but have some traits in common by showing a connection between two different things. Writers help explain something important about one thing by using a second thing you already know about.
Very good. So now, according to Rain, an analogy compares two things that are mostly different from each other. So, but they have some traits in common. By showing a connection between two different things, writers help to explain something important about one thing by using a second thing. So what does that mean? When you say analogy, you are going to understand the relationship of the first pair of the word for you to be able to answer the second pair. Do you understand? Or let's say for example, Ma'am Bremen, teacher, is to, diba? Ma'am Bremen is to teacher as Gwendolyn is to, what will be the answer? Sige nga, Kevin. What is the answer? Let's say for example, again, I'm going to repeat. Ma'am Bremen is to teacher. As Gwendolyn is to, Gwendolyn Faye, nanonood siya. As Gwendolyn Faye is to, what will be
Ako
the
po,
answer?
ma'am.
Oh, yes. What's the answer? Winchell.
Student po.
What?
Student.
Very good. So, student. Now, how did you come up with that kind of answer? Because you observed the relationship of the first pair. Diba? According to the first pair, if Ma'am Bremen is the teacher, basically, the I'm referring to your, what do you mean by that? To your action or to your classification. But Ma'am Bremen is considered as teacher. Now, if Gwendolyn Faye, what does it mean? It will be, or she will be the student. Do you get my point? In order for you to answer the second pair, you need to identify first the relationship in the first pair. Do you get me? Let's say another example. Let's say for example, mm, wait lang. Ano pa ba? So, we only have 10 minutes na lang sa Zoom meeting. Okay, so basically, magbibigay ulit ako ng other link ng another link pag naputol to. Okay, so now, okay, so now, the second one, according to this, through analogies are common tools in writing. Word analogies or verbal analogies are more like logic puzzles. So this also compare two different things, but they do it in breaking them into parts to see how they are related. A word analogy looks like this. So everybody look at the PowerPoint. According to the PowerPoint, kitten is to cat, as puppy is to, what will be the answer? According to the PowerPoint, what is the answer?
Dog po, ma'am.
Dog.
Okay, very
Dog
good.
po,
So the answer is dog. Now, let's try to analyze the analogy. Why do you think is the answer dog? Or why do you think dog is the answer? Can you please answer Fritz Selfie? Can you please answer Prince Selfie? Prince LP, can you answer? Naririnig ba ako ni Prince LP? Prince LP, do you hear me? We can't hear you, anak. Hindi ka namin narinig. How about nationales, anak, nationales? What do you think the answer in the logic in the PowerPoint is dog? What's the relationship of kitten and cat? The- What's the relationship of kitten and another anak? Another anak? We can't hear you. Kitten is what?
cat.
Okay, again ha, my question is kitten and cat. What do you think is the relationship between kitten and cat so that the second pair of the word, the answer is dog? Diba? You come up with the answer dog. Why did you come up with the answer dog? What is the relationship of cat and kitten?
Cat.
Ma'am,
Magkaiba po sila ng maliit po yung kitten tapos yung cat po is mas malaki po sa kanya.
English anak, how do you tell that in English? Kitten is the you try your best. Don't be shy. Kitten is the what?
Small,
Kitten is the
small. The kitten is smaller one and cat is bigger than kitten.
okay, bigger than kitten. So basically, the term kitten is what? The term kitten is used to identify the baby cat. Do you understand? And the cat is for the adult one. Do you get me? So that in that first pair of the word, you come up with the answer dog because we all know that puppy is the term for baby. Puppy is the term for the baby dog. Do you get me, class? Okay, so therefore, we come up with that um kind of answer. So now, ma'am, how are we going to read this? So let's say for example, if we are reading an analogy, this is how we read an analogy. You are going to read it as kitten is to cat as puppy is to dog. Do you understand? Do you understand?
yes ma'am, yes po.
Mga anak, we're going to transfer to another link. Do you understand? Kasi we're running out of time. Nakita ko, inaayos ko tong ano natin, we're running out of time. I'm going to send another link. Huwag niyo tatabunan. Huwag kayo mag-chat sa GC natin. Do you understand? Okay, let's wait. Wait.
Ma'am,
Yes?
pwede po ba yung send nyo ng link? May meeting ID po, pati password na.
Sige po.
Sige po, thank you.
Maglilib na po ba